I do want to talk about Meghan's new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, because that also dropped this week. Now, TV critics were fairly brutal about With Love Meghan. And from what I've seen so far, it's a similar sort of scenario with this first episode of the podcast. Have you guys heard it? What did you think of it?
I thought that it's interesting if you're interested in Meghan. If you're somebody who loves Meghan, you get to find out some little bits and pieces about her life. She reveals that she had preeclampsia or postpartum preeclampsia after one of her pregnancies. We don't know which one, maybe both, who knows. So if you're interested in Meghan, it's basically a celebrity podcast. If you're fascinated by Whitney Wolfe Herd, you already know who she is and you want to hear everything she has to say about the world, then that's the interest in it. But it's not actually a business podcast. And there was one bit that kind of blew my mind because I don't really know much about Whitney Wolfe Herd and I don't know much about Bumble, which is the dating app that she set up. But she made this kind of off-the-cuff remark saying, there was a point at which the share price for Bumble, her company, reached its lowest. And she was fine with it because she realised, she was wealthy on the inside because of all the things.
Lighter.
She felt lighter and, all the things that were making her happy in her life, like her family and so on. But I then looked up the share price for Bumble and it looks like a cryptocurrency pump and dump scheme. It was trading at $75 a share in February 2021. It's now $4 a share. So in other words, if you invested 75 grand in Bumble in February 2021, you'd have 4 grand now. So the fact that Meghan didn't ask any follow-up questions, what is that? Is there a salutary lesson there? Is this a cautionary tale about how not to run a company? Or do we not need to care about share price? In which case, what do we think of the stock market collapse that's happening right now? There's so much to unpack there from a business point of view, but because it's actually the podcast is actually about their emotional relationship and friendship, and so they don't get into any of that, which would have been fascinating to hear, actually.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. So what do you take away as the purpose of this? Because she did say it's going to be about taking you sort of behind the curtain and showing you how to build a business. So from what you're saying, my understanding, you don't think it's done that?
It's got nothing to do with how to build a business, really. There's a couple of small bits of advice. Whitney Wolfe Herd says, don't sweat anything that you're not going to care about in 5 years' time. So fine, But, so Meghan, it was true throughout Archetypes. She doesn't want to pressure her guests at all, probably because many of them are her friends. She probably already knew exactly how Whitney Wolfe Herd feels about the complete disintegration of her share price because she's Whitney Wolfe Herd's friend. But we don't know, and she doesn't ask pressing follow-up questions because it's so softball. But if she wants people to be genuinely interested, this podcast could have been way better. To whatever extent it did have some interest and some intrigue, it could have been way better if she'd gone more into interrogating the subject. The episode was called The Evolution of the Entrepreneur. There's nothing in there about the evolution of the entrepreneur.
Well, I don't think she can press any of her guests, mainly because they're her friends, but also I just don't think there's much substance going on upstairs.
Building something from scratch is never easy. Imagine facing a barrage of criticism while doing it. This is the reality for many women, particularly those in the public eye. They dare to dream, to create and to lead. They are met with resistance, negativity, and even outright hostility. But they press on, fueled by passion and purpose. Meghan Markle is a shining example of this resilience. She has faced relentless scrutiny and judgment, yet she continues to rise above it all. Instead of being defeated, she channels her energy into empowering others. Meghan understands the importance of using her platform for good. She is a voice for the voiceless, a champion for the marginalized. Her work is a testament to her unwavering spirit and her commitment to creating a better world. It is time to celebrate women like Meghan. We need to recognize their strength, their courage, and their unwavering determination. Let us stand with them, amplify their voices, and support their endeavors. Confessions of a Female Founder is more than just a podcast. It's a powerful platform for women to share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. Meghan created this space to highlight the voices of female entrepreneurs. These women are often overlooked and underestimated. In each episode, Meghan engages in insightful conversations with inspiring women. They come from diverse backgrounds and industries. What unites them is their unwavering spirit and their dedication to making a difference. The podcast delves into the realities of building a business. It doesn't shy away from the challenges. It celebrates the victories, both big and small. Through these intimate conversations, listeners gain invaluable insights. They learn practical tips and are inspired to pursue their own dreams. Meghan's passion for empowering women shines through in every episode. She is a skilled interviewer, asking thoughtful questions and creating a safe space for vulnerability and honesty. Confessions of a Female Founder is a testament to Meghan's commitment to amplifying women's voices and fostering a supportive community. Meghan understands the power of representation. She knows that when women see themselves reflected in positions of leadership, it sparks something within them. It ignites a belief that they too can achieve their dreams. Through her podcast and other endeavours, Meghan is actively creating a more inclusive world. A world where women from all walks of life feel seen, heard and valued. Her work extends beyond simply providing a platform. She actively mentors and supports female entrepreneurs. She uses her influence to connect women with resources and opportunities. Meghan's commitment to empowerment is about creating a ripple effect. She knows that by supporting one woman, we empower generations to come. It is about fostering a community of strong, confident women who lift each other up and celebrate each other's successes. Section 4. Dismantling Jealousy, the case of Esther Krakue. Sadly, not everyone celebrates Meghan's success. Some, like commentator Esther Krakue, choose to tear her down with harsh and unwarranted criticism. Krakue's comments reek of jealousy and resentment. They are a stark reminder of the negativity that women often face when they dare to step into their power. It is disheartening to see a woman attack another in such a public and disrespectful manner. Krakue's words are not constructive criticism. They are a thinly veiled attempt to diminish Meghan's accomplishments and undermine her efforts. We must recognize these attacks for what they are: jealousy disguised as commentary. Instead of engaging with this negativity, let us focus on amplifying the positive impact Meghan is making. Let us choose to support and uplift women who are using their voices to create change. Section 5. The intersection of gender and race. It is impossible to ignore the role that race plays in the criticism levelled at Meghan. As a woman of colour, she faces an added layer of scrutiny and bias. Her experiences highlight the systemic challenges that women of colour confront daily. Meghan's resilience in the face of this adversity is even more remarkable. She refuses to be defined by the negativity or to let it silence her voice. Instead, she uses her platform to advocate for greater representation and to challenge the status quo. Her journey is an inspiration to women of colour around the world. She is a shining example of what is possible when we dare to break down barriers and defy expectations. Section 6. A legacy forged in resilience. Long before she became a duchess, Meghan was a successful actress and a dedicated advocate for women's rights. She used her platform to speak out against gender inequality and to promote gender equality. Her commitment to service did not waver when she joined the royal family. She continued to champion causes close to her heart, using her position to amplify the voices of the marginalised. Even after stepping away from royal life, Meghan has remained steadfast in her dedication to making a difference. She has launched new ventures, including her podcast, and has continued to use her voice to advocate for positive change. Meghan's story is a testament to the power of resilience. She has faced challenges head-on, never allowing negativity to deter her from her goals. She is a role model for women of all ages, proving that we can overcome adversity and achieve our dreams. Section 7. Authenticity above all else. In a world obsessed with image and perception, Meghan has remained true to herself. She has not shied away from sharing her vulnerabilities or from speaking her truth. This authenticity is what makes her so relatable and so inspiring. She is not afraid to be vulnerable, to show her flaws, and to admit when she needs help. In a world that often tries to put women in boxes, Meghan refuses to be defined by any single label. She is a multifaceted woman with her own unique voice and perspective. Let us celebrate Meghan for the strong, compassionate and authentic woman she is. Let us support her endeavours and amplify her message of empowerment and equality. Instead of mocking Meghan for trying, we should be applauding her for creating space for others and for herself. My loves, if there's one thing we've learned, it's this. Meghan's light bothers people who are too used to the shadows. But every step she takes, whether it's launching a podcast or simply walking into a room, is a reminder that black women, women of colour, women of substance, are here, and we are unapologetically powerful. So to Esther Krakue and her tired critiques, we see you, and we also see through you. But more importantly, we see Meghan. We see her grit, her grace, and her growth. And we will always give her the flowers that others are too bitter to offer. Until next time, darlings, stay loud,